Welcome back. Today we are going to build a reusable text input. So last time we built a reusable custom button, and now let's build a custom text input. As usual, this is a function. Which returns the text input from React Native. Let's add a placeholder. Let's see it in action. Okay, there it is. Good. So now, let's make this a reusable text input. First, let's create a type for this. Text input props. Custom text input props are equal. Let's extend text input props from React Native. And let's use this. So we need props. That should be the type we defined above. So now we can say placeholder here, test stuff. And to make it work, we need to replace this as usual with props that placeholder. And now it works. Okay. Let's create a style for this. So background color. Yeah, this works. Padding 10. Border radius 5, height 50, width yes. Okay, as you can see, this is not working, and this is because we have the style defined here, but we don't pass it to our custom prop we defined above. We only use the placeholder. So to make this work, we need to say style, it's props.style. And now it's working. Good, let's make this smaller. See it in action, good. Okay, so let's have two of this. Imagine that you have an email input and a password input. So this should be email and this should be password. Like this. Password should not be like this. So let's add secure entry to this. And to make it work, we need, of course, to say secure entry is props.secure entry. And now it works. One more thing. If we open the keyboard when we type email, you'll see that we don't have this as you expect. To have it, we need to say keyboard type is email address. And here, and now you'll see that to have this work, of course, we need to say once again like this, it's equal with props like this. And now we have this. Okay, for the password, let's also make the selection color red. To make this work, you need to go to our custom component, and now this will be red, but only the first one, the email one, because we added only to the email. But if we went now, let's say this is black or maybe green. So this is red and now this is green. Okay, so now we have a custom component almost that we can use all over the place. But as you can see, this is not a very smart custom component because we need to repeat this stuff all over the place. This stuff we need to, for every time we add a prop, we need to map it to the prop. So let's make it a little bit better. So let's move the style from here to our custom component, because this should be our default style for the text input. So let's say const default style is this. Okay, to make the TypeScript happy, oh sorry, so like this. Okay, and this should be view props, view style. What I'm doing. Okay, so now we have good. So now this was added so that we can have autocomplete with the props that we need. Let's say padding left and so on. This is a TypeScript stuff. So now our text input should have this style. So should have this style and also so this should be this style like this. What I have done wrong. So style, this is an object, okay. Okay, so let's extend this. And have this. Okay, so what we did now is create a default style. As you can see, all is working, right? But now we don't need to add the style for every text input we create. We will have a default style, which is the style above, default one, and if we want, and we pass this here to override with our own custom style when we need it. So for example, let's say the password, I want to have a style here with selection with background color red. Now this is red because we have the default style, this one, but after that we have this style, which is this one, that will override the color from the background color from default style with the one we defined here, red one. Okay, so now we have that. Another one that we can do is get rid of this and do it in a smarter way. So let's delete all of this and say I need to expand the props like this and overwrite the style, because here we need to add the default one but also to overwrite it with our own. So as you can see now it works on the same, but now our component is a little bit smarter and easy to use. Let's make it a little bit better once more. So let's say we want to delete all of this and say password, and here delete all of this and say email. So we want to add this prop and this prop to our custom component. So let's do that, and I will explain why. Email should be optional, should be boolean, and password the same. So now let's make a smart decision about our text input based on these props. So this is the default style. Okay, so what we can do is like this. Secure entry should be, if that is available, true, if not, false. So now if I start typing here is secure entry because I have password field, but if I start typing here should not be secure entry, as you can see. Okay, then let's say for the placeholder we should do the same. If we have the email prop, then let's say should be email, and if we have the props that password, it should be password, else should be default placeholder. Okay, so as you can see we have email, we have password. Let's create another custom component which doesn't have nothing, and we should see default placeholder. Okay, good. So now let's make a little one more thing. So now let's say the keyboard type. Keyboard type should be, if we have email, should be the email address, otherwise should be the default one. So if I open the keyboard now, you will see that this is the default keyboard, this is the default keyboard, but if I press the email, should be the email keyboard. As you can see, we have this specific to the email input. Okay. Okay, so we have the custom button, we have the custom text input. As you can see, for now all of the stuff is in the app tsx file. In the next episode we will start refactoring this and moving it in the components folder, and then start building from there. See you next time. Bye.